We're Claudia and Mark, and these are some of the places we like to wander. We're in Algonquin Park. See 'em wander the Beaver Pond Trail. Each of the interpretive trails off the Highway 60 corridor has an accompanying interpretive guide. The Beaver Pond Trail explores Algonquin beaver ecology.
Oh, that's pretty. Moss on the rock.
Of all the animals that live in Algonquin Park, none is more remarkable than the beaver. And heading up the list of its extraordinary attributes is its ability to cut down trees, often trees of considerable size. The Beaver Pond Trail, updated in August of 2008. The Beaver's Lodge is his castle, complete with a moat. Post 3 discusses a beaver meadow. This was once a forest. Beavers dammed the creek, created this flooded area. The trees died, and now it's a beaver pond. So why go to the trouble of cutting down all those trees? Well, the land is a dangerous place for the beaver. By cutting down the trees, the beaver can access the food at the top of the trees, the branches and leaves, cut off the branches, drag them down to the lake, and access the food in the safety of the pond. Post 4. Beavers often abandon a beaver pond after a few years. All the available food supplies have been used up. However, during the summer, beavers don't eat trees or maybe even go near trees. Rather, they feed on the aquatic vegetation. There's a Canada goose sitting on a nest. We went up. Now we go down the stairs. Gotta be, what, 4 feet high?
Gotta be.
And there's the beaver. Went under. beaver dam is the reason that Amicus Lake exists. Without it, it would simply be a stream through the woods. It seems to have been built in exactly the right spot. In this case, the beaver has been stimulated into its inborn dam building behavior by the sound of running water. Here the beavers of Amicus Lake have pushed mud, sticks, and rocks over the spots where the sound of running water was the loudest, thus having built a high, flat dam, and having unwittingly created the lake, which affords them safety and food. Notice that the dam is quite steep on the downstream side, but slopes gently into the pond on the upstream side. The result is obtained because the beaver adds material to the dam from the upstream side, and by doing so, unintentionally achieves a dam with the strongest possible configuration, and therefore provides maximum security for the pond.
Is it a leaf that he's dragging, or a twig?
Oh, yeah.
It's a branch that he's got.
Oh, that's a branch. Looks like something.
From this point, you can see about half a dozen beaver lodges. Although not all of them may be in use, it's obvious that by creating shallow Amicus Lake, rich growth of aquatic plants, the beavers have made a fine habitat for themselves and can survive much longer here than in the first pond we saw back along the trail. What's not so obvious is the fact that the beavers have also created a fine habitat for many other living things, which would be scarcer or even totally absent had the beavers not transformed the forest into a rich, shallow lake we see now. The population of beaver in Algonquin Park has been on a bit of a roller coaster. With the logging practices of the early 1800s and the almost uncontrolled forest fires of the time, numerous open sunny spots would be created. The aspen tree favors those open sunny spots and is a favored food of the beaver. With the increase in aspen, there was an increase in the beaver populations. Today, with modern forest management practices and almost total fire suppression, there are fewer open sunny spots, leading to less aspen and, in turn, a decline in the beaver population. From here on the cliff top, you get a fine view of the beaver-created environment, including both the pond and the beaver meadow below the dam. The Beaver Pond Trail, a 2-kilometer loop around the beaver pond with its numerous ups and downs on exposed rock and tree roots and several staircases, certainly earns it its moderate rating.